Hello everybody, welcome back. In this video, we're going to learn how to fly from one airport to another, the basics. Now what I've done here, this is free flight mode. I've put this in custom and I just put this so the sun's right over us. So the time of day is okay, we can see. That's just how you do that if you want to change the time of day. Alright, I've already determined where we're going to fly to and from. We're going to be flying from Oakland International. That'll be our departure. But we're going to start from a parking space close enough to the runway. That'll be our departure spot. And this will be our arrival. So it'll be a really quick flight. Now I'll show you how to do the flight plan. What you want to do is just come down here. Don't worry about departure procedure. It'll take care of that. Just want to change this VFR pattern straight auto. Okay, we're not going to do any ILSs or anything. We can do that in another video. Okay, that's been enabled. 25 thing. We'll just go ahead and send this to ATC and avionics. And two things we want to do. We'll make sure it's a VFR so ATC doesn't bug us too much. And we want to make sure our timer's on. We want to start the timer here. That's just to speed up and slow down the sim rate, and this we'll use to make sure we're in real time if it's needed. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, welcome back. We need to go ahead and take the chocks and everything off the plane. Get it ready for flight. Of course, you check the oil and everything else too, but let's pretend we already did that. And let's get in this puppy. Okay, starting already went over in that other video. We went over this, but we'll do this again. How to start the plane. Fuel selector, make sure it's on both. Then you want to put your mixture to full rich. You want to put the throttle in about 6-7%, quarter of an inch inwards. What I'd like to do while I'm here is set up takeoff flaps, 1 notch of flaps, 33.3%. Then we come over here. Turn on the battery and the alternator. Switch the standby battery to armed. And just go ahead and what you want to do in real life is call out prop clear and do all that stuff and put the beacon light on. But anyway, magneto to both. Then hold it down. Okay. Now we'll set up the rest. Avionics 1 and 2. And what I like to put on is just beacon, nav, cabin power 12 volt. It's 15 degrees Celsius, about 60 degrees or 50 something degrees Fahrenheit, so we don't need pitot heat. Fuel pump is only for cold starts. Okay, now what we want to do is I want to make sure we sent the flight plan to ATC and avionics in our plane. Let's see if we did that. We'll come over here and we can either click this button or this button. Bring this up. Now, we're going to have to put it in manually because even though it's put in the flight here, as you can see, it only put in runway directly to the next runway. So you have to put in the procedure yourself. I'm not sure why that is. Anyway, you click procedures, select approach, enter, and we're going to be 28 right. And it's going to be a visual, sorry. So we come all the way down here, 28 right, enter, and then switch it to straight, enter. Then load it. Don't activate it. Load it. Enter. Enter. That message was telling you it's not made for obstacle clearance. That's an ILS flight. This is only a GPS flight. Now what you can see here is 838 feet. We'll round that down to 800 feet. And that'll be, when we get the flight altitude, we'll set that up as our altitude and then put in vertical navigation so the plane can calculate a top of descent and take us down to the runway just in time to intercept the glide path, which is part of the global positioning system on the aircraft. So let's go and take that out so we can see better. Okay, I believe we're all ready to go. Let's go and take the brakes off. And we're going to request taxi. But I'm going to skip this and we'll see you on the runway. Okay, welcome back. We're going to set up our autopilot. So we're just going to go to 2,000 feet. Let me do that here. Click flight level change. Then you want to click the nose up and then read right up here where it says right around 67 knots, up to 72 knots. Our climb, that'll establish our climb to altitude climb. And we'll put in our heading mode. All you gotta do is line this up with the GPS line. We'll have to tweak that while we're in the air. Okay, and then hit heading bug. And then we'll hit nav mode, but we won't do that until we're in the air. Let's go ahead and get out of here. For this plane, takeoff speed's around 55 knots. I like to go a little faster though. 55 knots, we'll rotate. Now if you remember, we do have 1 notch of flaps. Flaps up. That says the plane can increase some speed. I'm already starting the turn. Go ahead and enable autopilot. And that should start climbing on its own. Yep. And it's following the heading bug right here. What you want to do is finely tune the heading bug so it intercepts this line here. You can see it better over here though. You can see the plane is here. We have to intercept the GPS, and that's where it's heading to right now. It's heading to the line. When it gets here, it'll intercept the line, and then once it gets there, and once we get to flight altitude, then we can go ahead and program in our vertical descent so the computer can calculate a top of descent and bring us down just in time to land. We've reached flight altitude. Since we're at flight altitude, we'll go ahead and set up our VNAV, our vertical descent profile. Now it's 800 feet if you want to see that again. So the flight plan, look right here. The final right before the runway should be around 800 feet. Oh, we're a little bit too fast on the RPMs. Bring the speed back just a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. 800 feet. Then click vertical navigation mode. Let's see if we have a top of descent now. We do right here. Oh, we're not on the GPS line. Oh, so we have to do here. Program the heading bug to go this way once again. And you see that right there, it'll intercept the line. But we have to program nav mode. Okay, now it's programmed in. Now it should line up and should be okay. Okay, it's on the GPS line now, following the nav line. And still haven't reached our top of descent. When we do, the plane will start coming down all by itself. What we'll have to do is lower the speed. Okay, on takeoff, of course, you give it full throttle. But on this one, I still have it close to full throttle. When we get to top of descent, once again right here, then we'll take the accelerator down to about half. Okay, VPATH has been enabled, so I'm going to bring down the speed down to half. Okay, making the turn. I'll bring down the speed a little bit more so I can put in some flaps. Slow down the aircraft a bit. When I get below 90 knots, I'm going to put in 1 notch flaps. And one thing I forgot to do, click approach mode. And doing that, it'll establish the glide path, which it has. This is the glide path right here. This will bring us down to the runway. What this is right here. It's called positioning, using to determine altitude to bring us safely down to the runway. Still, autopilot's still on. So the plane's doing everything for us. We don't have to do anything. I do want to put in some more notch flaps. Should I have full flaps now? Which I do. That'll slow us way down. Let's speed this up a little bit. Autopilot's still flying it for us. I'll give it a little bit more speed. Usually the Cessnas, I think, in real life, they land around 70 to 60 something. Sure, in real time here. No, we're not. I knew it. Okay, let's take off the autopilot and fly her in. I need to concentrate now. we go. Perfect landing. And that's how you fly from one airport to another. If you enjoyed this video, think about giving a like, maybe subscribing. I'm a very new channel, wet behind the ears. I don't know, have a clue what I'm doing, but I'm trying. So your help will be appreciated. Thanks a lot. See you in the next one.